Exactly. It was an interesting experience because we went into season 5 thinking, oh, this is just season 5. This is another season. Let's go. Let's fly. And then when we wrapped, we found out probably a couple of months or
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden. How are you?
I'm doing so good. How are you?
I'm doing great, especially now when I get to speak with you, of course.
Ah, thank you for saying that. I feel the same way.
Yeah. So I actually I've seen the first 4 episodes of this final season, but I also went back and watched the first two
Oh,
just prior to this to kind of just see that like how far your character and the show have come since back then. So I can only imagine how that feels for you. Can you tell me a little about how this long journey now has been for you?
oh my goodness. Well, I love what you said about how much the show has changed and how much these characters have changed. Because I've spoken about this, so much over the years, and it remains one of my favorite things about Star Trek Discovery is that permanent change and upward mobility and character maturation is these are tenets of our story. These are cornerstones of our story. You really
Yeah,
see these people become who they're meant to be, and you see them confronting themselves and each other, of course, but you see the effects and it's real. And like I said before, it's permanent. And it's been so thrilling as an actor, really for all of us and for the writers as well, to be able to be so many things and show a group of people at so many different levels of their development.
yeah. As I said, I can only imagine how that must feel for all of you, having been involved with this show for so many years now.
Yeah,
And in this day and age, getting this many seasons of any shows is not a given at all.
that's
So
true.
I know that you were hoping for even more seasons, but I was just wanting to know when you kind of found out that this was going to be the final season, how that kind of felt going into the production of the final season with that knowledge.
I tell you what, we did not know that it was our final season when we shot it. Can you believe that? We
Oh,
didn't
so
know.
you got that information afterwards. Oh,
Yes,
that's
yes.
interesting.
Exactly. It was an interesting experience because we went into season 5 thinking, oh, this is just season 5. This is another season. Let's go. Let's fly. And then when we wrapped, we found out probably a couple of months or so after we wrapped. And, big respect to Michelle Paradise and Alex Kurtzman and Paramount Plus and CBS, really, because they fought for us to be able to tie it up and they gave it to us. And so we were able to go back and do a coda shoot that had just a little bit more story in it, but it was so impactful. I think they just knocked it out of the park with the few pages that we had, the few days that we had to shoot it, but we were able to put a button on it. And we were also able to have that culminating experience of knowing that this is the last time we'll do this. This is the last time we'll do that. This is the last time we'll come together as a show family. So we had both experiences of just another day, on Star Trek Discovery. And then we also had this is our last day on Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but that it feels really nice that you guys and we the viewers didn't what weren't left hanging with like unresolved
Yes.
stuff because
Exactly. It's a
that would have been
blessing.
really frustrating. Yeah,
Exactly. It's a blessing. And we really they really cherish the show. They cherish the story and they wanted to be able to do it justice and say goodbye to it in the proper way. Not just for the company, right? But also for the audience. And just because of the Trek franchise at large and we're building out and growing and expanding. So I'm really grateful. because it wasn't promised for us to be able to do
Yeah,
that. So grateful we were able to.
yeah. And I'm also thinking back to the moment when you kind of realized that you were going to get this role, because you were on like the biggest TV show
Yeah.
of them all back then,
Yeah.
the Walking Dead.
Mhm.
And I'm guessing that that's not an easy choice either, even though this was a lead role, obviously. But
Mm.
giving up Sasha,
Mhm.
for this, how how easy or hard was that decision for you to make back then?
Well, thank you for asking. And I tell you what, I'm gonna lay something else new on you because I was already leaving Walking Dead. I knew pretty early on in season 7 that it was going to be my last season as Sasha. And so we were, let's see, I can't even remember what episode we were on, but I only had maybe 2 or 3 episodes left when I found out about Discovery. So thankfully I didn't have to make that choice. That choice was already made. So it was legitimately Jesus just closing one door and then opening another almost simultaneously. That's how it was. And I never would have imagined that I would go from that franchise to an even bigger one, a longer one, even more of a sort of multi-generational one. I had no idea, I didn't know what I would do next after Walking Dead, but man, I look back on it now and it's it's quite astounding. Even these days, as I'm talking about the show, as we're all coming together for our last time, um, I'm astounded even more.
Yeah. It, and now when we're closing this chapter, it's a few weeks left for all of us viewers to experience it. But I'm thinking that having been the lead role, like the lead actor on the show like this for this long time, how will that impact your career in the future? Like all the knowledge that you have from this and what you want to do next.
Oh my goodness. It's like I couldn't possibly encapsulate everything that I've learned and how much being a part of Discovery has impacted me, has changed me. It turned me inside out. It deduced me to something so small and finite in the most beautiful way. I know that probably sounds strange, but I feel that I have been so humbled by this experience that I have decreased, and I just want to continue to decrease because it's in the decrease that we truly increase, right? But being able to tell this story with these people, being able to have the connection to the audience like we do, being welcomed in by the alumni from all the treks that we all grew up with and that have made the impact that they've made. It has changed my absolute life. It has changed my perspective. I understand my value now more than ever before as a Black woman. And I mean, I have Discovery majorly to thank for that. And these lifelong friendships, these connections, they're still going, right? And I want to do more. I want to step up. I want to be more. I want to rise to the challenge. And I hope that we all do, right? It's these tenets of Trek, they trickle into our lives.
Yeah, and this being an extended universe, and we still have a few other shows still being
Yes.
ongoing.
Yes.
Fingers crossed that we might get at least one or a few like appearances in other shows as well in the future, because I guess you would
Oh
be
yeah.
open for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I can speak for all of us when I say that, right? I think we would all be open to that. We were the mothership, and we're sort of sending off,
Yeah,
our children in a sense, right? And just like hoping for the best for them. And I think every single one of us would love to come back because we love this world and we love these characters. We love each other. It's 1 + 1 = 2, right?
yeah, exactly. So thanks a lot for taking time to speak with me
Yeah.
today, and best of luck with the premiere of this final season and with everything in the future as well.
Ah, thank you so much. It was so lovely talking to you. I hope I make it to Sweden one day.
If you do, just give me a call.
Will do. Will do.